I started by tackling a major garden upgrade, a multi-tier rain collection system. I carefully stacked 3 large blue barrels into a sturdy wooden frame I built against the barn. Once they were in place, I connected them with a series of white PVC pipes, allowing water to flow from the top barrel down to the bottom. It's a perfect way to save water for my plants. Next, I moved on to a more artistic project. I mixed up a batch of wet concrete in a large bucket until it was smooth and thick. I then took an old towel, soaked it thoroughly in the concrete, and draped it over an upside-down bucket. Once it dried, it formed a beautiful draped concrete planter that looks like a piece of modern art. It's now the perfect home for a lush green shrub on my patio. I wanted to grow a lot of strawberries, but I didn't have much space. My solution? A cinder block pyramid. I stacked the blocks into a 4-tier square, filled each opening with rich soil, and tucked in my strawberry plants. A quick watering, and soon I was harvesting a mountain of bright red berries from this space-saving vertical garden. I also experimented with PVC pipes for growing strawberries. I shaped several long pipes in half lengthwise and drilled holes for the plants. I then arranged them in a wooden frame, creating long rows of elevated growing beds. This setup keeps the berries off the ground and makes harvesting a breeze. Such an amazing and great process. I hope that you will like it. To beat the summer heat, I decided to build a small backyard pool that feels both practical and stylish. I began by digging a wide, circular hole and setting a galvanized metal tank securely into place, making sure everything was level and stable. Around the tank, I laid dark gray pavers to create a clean, modern border. To finish, I added a custom wooden deck that partially covers the pool, giving me a comfortable spot to sit, relax, and enjoy the water. I love finding new uses for old items, so I turned a wooden pallet into a vertical planter. I lined the back with landscape fabric, filled it with soil, and planted a variety of herbs and vegetables between the slats. It's a great way to add a touch of green to a small space. I also tried a more ambitious project, a living Iron Man sculpture. I used a wire frame as a guide for growing a thick green hedge, then carefully shaped it into the iconic superhero shape. I even added a glowing arc reactor and eyes for a truly heroic look. Finally, I turned everyday materials into practical and creative garden solutions. I started by laying cardboard egg cartons in a long row as a planting guide for onions, covering them with soil and watering them regularly until the sprouts grew strong and even. Next, I built a multi-tiered wooden planter, carefully arranging each level to grow a mix of vegetables like lettuce, herbs. For an indoor touch, I created a unique room divider using stacked wooden crates. Some sections were fitted with translucent panels and soft lighting, giving the piece both function and visual appeal while reflecting my love.